Alright guys, really quick disclaimer. This video is going to it's pretty long. It's got a lot of explaining in it. It's got, a good step-by-step process and explanations and whatnot. But I'm using the red Wiimote. You'll find that out in a bit because I wanted to keep the buttons red and have the logos and stuff on them. So you see the controller before this process, but I wanted to see how it still has the 1, 2, and all that stuff on it. I wanted to keep that. I didn't want to have to, spray over it and lose that, so that's why I chose red Wiimote. It also let me be able to keep the, the home thing there, and it just saved me painting time also with making it red. It made the process a whole lot easier. But there you guys go. That's the disclaimer that you get to see the Wiimote before you watch the process. I got the idea from a guy who's amazing at custom painting controllers. His YouTube name is Zoskate. I'll put his channel in the description below. I'm currently trying to buy a StarFox controller for the 64 off of him, which inspired me to custom paint a 64 or a Wiimote for StarFox. The Wiimote I'm using is the red Wiimote with the WiiMotion Plus inside. As you can see, I already have my paint mask laid down. There's the StarFox logo on the front, and then on the back it says StarFox across that. What you're going to need to do with that, I just went on Etsy and ordered one of the 3DS vinyls for it, and just laid it down on the red because it's that part's going to stay red, and then the top's going to be an ivy white, and the bottom's going to be a pretty cool blue. And I'm going to leave the buttons red. I'm going to make the A button light up red, and the B button's going to be the Rumble LED mod. I don't know if you've seen it around on YouTube. You can look it up. Basically, every time that you go to use the Wiimote and it vibrates, that B button's going to light up on every vibrate. So once you lay down your mask, you're going to need to take a scalpel, and if you look, you can see where the case or the backing is lined up there. You can see how there's a line split through it. You're going to need to cut that, or else your paint mask isn't going to work. It's going to be stuck on there. And so once you do that, then you need to take it apart and continue on from there. Alright, so you got your tri-ring screwdriver. I got this off Amazon for like $5 in a kit. You got your controller, right? So what you're going to do, take the back off. And now there's only 4 screws. There, just in that hole right there, and the same in there. So when you take those 4 screws out, you're going to have to open it, but there are these little clips here, so you're going to need to get a flathead screwdriver and pry that off, and just for video's sake, I'm not going to do that right on the video. Alright guys, so Nintendo likes to make their top layer of things, of their controllers, this really glossy finish, and for painting that's not very good. You're going to have to sand this off if you're painting, and the only reason why I laid the mask down first is because A, it's gonna, where the mask is, it's gonna leave the home name there, so that home thing's gonna be there, and I thought the glossy finish would look cool once it's all done painted under that mask. So everything else you're not gonna see anymore. It's gonna be sanded off, and well, like I said, it's gonna be gone. And tips while sanding: use a respirator. You don't want this crap in your mouth. And you see my cat's running around here. I'm gonna kick him out in a sec. But yeah, so make sure you have something to block your mouth from all that sawdust or the dust from painting. Alright guys, once you have this done, you're gonna get a rag, and as you can see there's all that dust on it. You're gonna get a clean rag, and you're just gonna wipe all that dust off. And you can clearly see the parts that you did miss. One thing also to be careful about is if you already lay your vinyl down like I did, be careful not to nick it, because I nicked mine a couple of times and it kind of cuts up the vinyl. so be very careful and cautious about that. There's some parts I'm gonna have to go in here and hand sand because of that, because there's, you know, trying to get around the vinyl with the power sander is not the best. And as you can see right there on the foot, kind of nicked the vinyl a bit, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna finish up some hand sanding and then gonna go start painting this. The bottom portion is already being painted. It's gonna be painted this blue. It's Krylon, global blue. And yeah, so you guys will be seeing that in a bit. Alright guys, just like I told you, you'd be seeing the back part of the controller in a sec. Everything's all done, clear coated. Here's the cover for it. It was, you know, it's very simple. You just sprayed this single coat down, or a single color down a couple of coats, and peel the tape off, then clear coat the whole thing. So there's that. And then here's the other part. No, it's the wrong side. Here's this part. This part's still taped up. I'm about to take this off for you right now in the video so you can see that portion of it. I left it off for the clear coating because I don't want I'm trying to keep the inside red. So yeah, I'll take this tape off for you guys right now. And there you guys go. Alright guys, so part of the mod, you have to take out a lot of things on the actual plastics of the controller. I use a Dremel. Don't know if you have that at home. If you don't, you can try whatever you need to do to get it done, but yeah. So on the front part, as you can see, it's still not painted yet because I was waiting to do this part of it. I had to cut out a part of the buttons. There's that part cut out right here. That's cut out, and then this peg thing that's right down here on the side, had to cut that out on this side as well, and that's where the LED is going to fit in on the motherboard. It's going to go right there. So that's there. I also I don't know if you can't see it on here really, that bulb. I actually can down here. There's rail. There's like a little step down in the plastic. Up here, you have to sand all of that down smooth so it's just one flush with no step down, because that way your wires and whatnot will fit. On the bottom half of it, for the rumble part of this, you have to cut out a bunch of stuff on the inside of the B button. So I cut that huge hole in there. On the inside of here, you have to cut down that part of the plastic. And then also there's stuff right here. You need to cut all of that down. And that's all the parts you're going to need to cut down for the controller. For this part, guys, make sure you realize this is a Wii Motion Plus remote. It is a different remote than a Wiimote, so the solder points are going to be different for you except for the Rumble mod. The Rumble mod is the same always, which is the solder points right there above the LED light. There's a positive and negative on the board for you, so it tells you what to do with those. And as you turn around, you can see my resistor and where it is, the LED will be. This is also on this part, this plastic part, there is two little parts that stick out that you need to cut off as well. You'll know where those are when you go to do this mod. And it's just going to sit right here like this inside that plastic, and where you cut that hole out in the B button, it goes right over that, and the button will work. And then this is the part that just took me hours to figure out. Because of where it is, the solder points are located on the bottom of the motherboard, you're not allowed to use a voltmeter. It will not work because you can't wire battery, you can't wire power to the remote, so you can't figure it out. And you just kind of trial and error with experience. But this is what I've got. Here you can see for yourself. There's where the black wire is, that's the negative. And it goes to that little spot right there. And then all the way down here, that's where the resistor is. And you can see where the resistor and the LED are met. Here, I'll just put this zoomed in for you so you can distinctly see where to solder. And there you guys go. That's all you need to do for the lights in here. and we're gonna go put things together, and we'll be done in a bit. Alright, so it's all done painting, or the top half's all done painting. Here it is. We're gonna peel off the decal for you on here. It's Krylon Ivory White, and get this done. Oh my god, this looks amazing. There you go, guys. It's all done. Well, it is all completely done. StarFox there. Here's the front. The buttons and everything. It was weird. So this was originally all ivory white, but when I laid my clear coat down, it kind of faded the red in a bit, and it gives it this really cool airbrush look. It was completely unintentional, and I think it looks great, and it worked out in my favor. But that's just something to keep in mind, or keep a lookout for, is when you do something like this, is that, because I had already peeled off the vinyl, and so repainting it white would have been pointless, because this would have been gone, and I would have lost it all, and so, yeah. But I think this turned out amazing. This is by far my favorite controller that I have ever done. And in a second, you guys will see how the LEDs look, and it looks all lit up. But there you guys go. It's all done. There's that. You can see the LED in there. Buttons lighting up. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but and there you go, guys. That's the controller. It's amazing. I love the thing. I'm using it every day now. It's my favorite controller. I'm still open to take orders. I've only had one so far, so like I said, guys, you see this, you want to order something, let me know. We'll figure something out. We'll talk prices. I'm just trying to help pay for college. It's cheap as hell, and I'm not going to charge you an arm and a leg like most of these guys do. But I mean, it'll be fun projects for me. I enjoy it, so just PM me and we can go from there. But yep, all right.